Okay, so we've got all the way down from the beginning of this problem right here to where we've got it factored out, equal to 0. So now we're set each one of these equal to 0. So this one we're adding 3 to both sides. X is 3. Subtract 1 from both sides. X equals -1. Okay, go back to your original equation, the original problem. Make sure that neither one of these will make a negative under your square root. Remember, if it's a negative under square root, you won't get a real answer. So let's put 3 in there.
Use one.
If we put 3 here, 3 times 2 is 6 plus 3 is 9. That's okay. We'd have 9 minus 3 plus 1 is 4. So minus the square root of 4. Okay, this is square root of 9 minus square root of 4. So you have 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So we know the 3 worked. Okay, the -1. Let's plug in -1. Yeah. 2 times -1? -2 plus 3.
-2 plus 3, -1.
Oh,
1.
-1, I'm sorry.
Positive 1. Square root of 1 would be 1. Minus -1 plus 1.
0.
Square root of 0 is 0. 1 minus 0 is 1. So that one works also. So you have the two answers, 3 and -1. Okay? Okay, now let's go to something that's not so stressful. Okay, remember the right triangles? Pythagorean theorem. So what are we going to do here?
Square root
A
side.
squared,
A squared plus B squared.
A squared plus B squared equals C squared. What's 12 squared?
144.
144. What's 16 squared? 256. Add those up.
Ask Raymond.
Add them. 400. What's the square root of 400? 20. Okay, how about if you don't know one of the legs? You get a crutch, right? We'll go get a prosthetic leg. Okay, 12 squared plus B squared equals 20 squared. So you have 144 plus B squared equals 400. How are you going to solve it?
Add those and then.
Subtract
Find it.
144.
Oh, sorry.
Or you look at the problem before and you say 12, 16 was 20, it's going to be 16. But yours might not have that same answer, so you can't do that. Okay, B squared, after you subtract these, what is it going to be?
256.
256,
Yeah.
which was 16 times 16, right? Square root of 256 is 16. Okay, it may give you just A's and B's instead of showing you a picture. In fact, it will. So if you have that A equals 6 and B equals 8, you're going to have to do it from there. A squared plus B squared, so you do 6 squared plus 8 squared equals C squared. Okay, 6 squared, 36, 8 squared.
54.
Okay, 36 plus 64, 100. Square root of 100
10.
is 10. So the C is 10. Okay, what if they give you B and C? B equals 12, C equals 15. 12 squared
144,
plus a squared,
225,
or a squared plus 12 squared, either way, equals c squared.
225.
So you don't know the a.
Subtract
144 plus a squared equals 225. So what do? Subtract 144. So a squared is
81,
81. Square root of 81
9.
is 9. Okay, what if you don't have a perfect number? How about if a equals 1 and c equals 16? So you have a squared is 1 squared plus b squared equals 16 squared. 1 squared is 1. So 1 plus b squared equals 256. Right? Okay, so what do?
Subtract 1.
Subtract 1. So you have b squared equals
255.
255. Square root of 255, 15.969. What? And your answer on your sheet will look something like this. Square root of 255 and approximately 15.969, okay? So if you get to here, if you see that and it's the only one, you don't actually have to do the square root part. Okay, we're going to write in standard form. You're going to have a problem that's in standard form. You're going to identify the a, b, and c. That's the ones that you're going to use in the quadratic formula. So if you have x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals 0, identify the a, b, and c. A is here, b, and c. So a is
That's square.
1,
Oh.
it's the coefficient.
Oh, that's
B is -3, C is 5. Okay, so that's all you have to do if it says to identify A, B, and C. Okay, solve. You have 3m squared minus 24m equals 0. Can you factor anything out? 3 and 3 and m. Okay, that makes the first term m
minus 8.
minus 8. How do we solve this?
Set the m minus 8 to 0.
And this one also.
Or
Both
set
terms.
them both.
Both factors we have to set equal to 0. So divide by 3,
m equals 0.
m equals 0. Add 8,
1 minute.
m equals 8.
positive 8. Okay, this isn't a fraction, so that you don't have to worry about plugging it in. It's not a square root or a fraction. So these are your two answers right there. Okay, the next problem. X squared minus x equals 20. Set it equal to 0 and factor it. Take 20 from both sides.
X minus 5 plus 4.
Subtract to get 1. So 4 and 5, right?
Yeah. Plus
Okay.
4 minus 5.
-1, we need negative with our 5. The other one's positive. Set each one equal to 0. You have a -4 and a +5. That's your two answers.